This agriculture show is the latest exhibition at Dubai's main exhibition and convention centre, and it's bringing people from all over the world to this part of the world. So what's actually bringing them down here?
So what we've got here is we've got a purely organic method for deworming animals, like these pellets for camels.
Philip has been selling his deworming product for more than a decade. Whilst early sales growth came from Europe, he now finds it makes good sense to focus on this region.
There is a bigger potential in the Gulf in terms of financial opportunities for us, because if you look at Europe, for example, obviously there are some distressed areas in Europe, and there's not a lot of confidence. But the confidence in the Gulf at the moment is sky high, and we are seeing that develop right into actual business that we're getting.
While Dubai's biggest conference centre saw record visitor numbers last year, down the road in Abu Dhabi, shows there rose by more than 50%. There's even this exhibition about exhibitions. But staying top is not without its challenges.
From a regional perspective, UAE will continue to be a leader for all hosting events, regional, international. Again, like I said, these come for reasons like infrastructure, ease of travel, and those ones. However, having said that, a lot of other destinations, like if I talk about Saudi Arabia in specific, they are getting far more competitive, which I feel will automatically change how the region will be perceived, because then you have more options in the region to look at. Two, it also makes the destinations more competitive, which means from a consumer's point of view, you are getting a much better return on your price.
And there's also competition from further afield, in particular from emerging economies.
There is lots of competition internationally for the big international associations and corporate meetings. And this part of the world in the Middle East will compete with other areas in China or Australia or India or Europe. You know, the big international associations, the world is their oyster, and certainly they look to go to different destinations. They don't want to keep going to the same places.
The benefits of these events for the wider economy can be huge. A think tank recently found the direct and indirect contribution of just Dubai's World Trade Center was more than 2% of the Emirates' entire GDP. But keeping the growth up isn't always easy.
I mean, there are always challenges managing growth, and I would say the main challenge we have is continuously attracting the right caliber of talent in the specific events industry. And it's not something like banking where it's a relatively wide-ranging industry. This industry is much more specific, and around different types of events, if you want someone who is an expert at developing and holding concerts or theatrical events or conferences or exhibitions, it is always a challenge to identify the right people and to attract them here.
Back on the floor of the agriculture show, deals are still being done, and finding talent is perhaps a luxurious challenge compared to those faced by stagnant economies in many parts of Europe. With the Gulf's position and the global economic shifts, the hope is that these convention centres can benefit from that in the long term too.